Hey guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. Yeah, my whole mat's down again. So yeah, I went shopping. It's the end of the summer. Hobby Lobby was doing a huge clearance all over the place. I got to it kind of late, so I didn't get a ton of stuff, but it's going to seem like I got a ton of stuff. But I have some other places that I went that were kind of exciting, and I was going to share with you. It's yard sales and flea markets, and the fair came to town, and there's always sellers at the fair, so I have some things to share. I'm going to start. Well, first of all, with school starting up, this will probably be, I know I keep saying this will be my last haul for a while, and it seems like I bring you one just about every month. I don't think we did one in July. But I am not going to be doing any more shopping for the rest of the year. There will, however, be a little, well, this video will be added into the Making with My Mess series, and I'm going to call it Adding to My Mess. And it will replace a Making with My Mess video this week. So you're seeing this on probably a Monday, which means you won't get a Making with My Mess video this week. You're going to see what I'm adding to my mess this week instead, that I don't need to be adding to my mess. Okay, so after that lovely long intro, the first thing I did was, I wandered around Hobby Lobby, and there's something about a clearance price. So if this is $20.99 and it was marked down to $5.29, how could I leave it behind? I mean, let's be honest, right? So I went ahead and got this pad. This is bee floral. I don't have any like bee themed pads or paper or anything like that, but I thought this was really pretty, and we're going to kind of try and do a quick flip. I love the honeycombs. I like the idea of these, and I like the floral patterns in it. I like that they added the little drawn bees. Beehives, really cute. And I've been meaning to make, this is lemons. There's no bees on that page. I'm not really sure about that one. Anyway, this one's got ladybugs on it too. I am planning on making a bee themed journal of some sort at some point. I just haven't gotten there yet. I love that page. It's not bees, but it's flowers. And then this is I think a bigger version of one that was further back. And then here's the daisies again. And I like the way we always associate this shape with bees. Oh, there's lemons with bees and the little hexagons. Bees and more flowers and bees, also with ladybugs. Okay, so I got that for a great discount. This one was on sale for $2.74. And I thought, this one's just paper. And I thought it would be great to have for those, remember those Christmas little golden book kits that I put together, and then I had some separate Christmas kits to themselves. I was actually short on paper, and I was like digging to see what I could put in this. Sorry, I'm talking as I just kind of flip. But I was really thrilled to see this on sale, because I thought maybe I could either replace or add or get some papers that match the book better. Because some of them I was kind of forcing, or I felt like I was kind of forcing the pages in because it was all I had. So Christmas-wise, it was all the paper I had. But now I've got some options, and I really love this pad. I mean, it's all kinds of different things. The little houses, there's some fun little cartoony Santa stuff back there. There's plaid, there's, see the little Santas, polka dots and stripes, holly and mistletoe, snowmen. I mean, it's a very good variety, and I like the colors. So I feel like this pad will be really versatile and I'll be able to use it in the Christmas journals. And since it was only $2.74, I was like, yeah. Okay, this is a repeat pad. I already have this pad, but I love it so much. So since it was only $3.24, I got myself another one. I would not have repurchased this pad if it hadn't been so cheap. So, yeah, that. This too was a repurchase. Love this paper. We just used it not too long ago in the Little House journal, the Little House pockets. I love it. And again, it was only $3.24. So I was like, oh, I'd like another one of those. And then I found this one. This one was only $4.49. I want to say they were doing 80% off on a lot of this clearance. What I like about this is it's a mix of craft paper, so stuff printed on craft paper, and scrapbook paper, cardstock. So, and really pretty bright florals. I mean, I just really thought this was a really cool pad. I liked the fact that it was a combination of the regular cardstock and the craft paper cardstock. And again, like I said, I don't know that this is a pad I would have bought, even at the 40% off mark. But since it was only $4 and change, I was like, what the heck? So, yeah, sometimes the sale price, if it gets low enough, sometimes it makes a difference between, like, I like that, but I don't know that I want to get it. And, oh, for that price, I'll buy it. I don't know. Does anybody else do that? So there you go. Those were the pads that I bought on clearance at Hobby Lobby. Now, I got a bunch of stuff on clearance. Oh, there was one other pad. I forgot. Actually, this is from more than one Hobby Lobby because we just got back from a trip over the weekend. And this one I got on my trip because it was at a different Hobby Lobby and they still had some of their clearance stuff. So again, I only bought this because it was on sale because it was $2.74 and it's basically all the fall stuff. So really cute, right? With the trucks. Oh, it must be 4 of each. The gingham with the sunflowers, which I love. If you remember from my sunflower journal, I think that's great. Pumpkins, some plaid, more sunflowers, leaves and acorns. I mean, it's just, oh, look at that. Turkeys. Now, granted, I will say, for paper like this is turned so that if you go to fold it this way, if you wanted to put it in a journal and you went to fold it this way, of course your turkeys are going to be sideways. So that's the only drawback to this pad is some of the directional paper is up and down tall instead of across. I kind of wish they had made it landscape paper. I like this with the pots. Love that. Chickens. Look at that. The spiced coffees and the pumpkin pie. And then you just have the words. Here's chickens and turkeys. That's the spiced lattes again. Little sunflowers. Really cute farm trucks. I love the rain boots. Or the rubber boots, gardening boots, I don't know. This is like a navy, not a black, when you're up close to it. So I kind of like that. It's kind of a, like if you were to take that steel gray blue and make it a navy. Does that make sense? I don't know. Okay. So, and then there's that one. Okay. So that was the last of the pads. Because we've talked about this, guys. I don't need paper. Okay. Some of the other stuff I found on clearance. These were on clearance. They were marked down to 99 cents. I love these. They're trims. So it's a strip. I thought these would be great to put on the edges of tags or pages or, whatever, just to add a decorative element. So yeah, at 99 cents, I was like, sold. Why not? Also, those big things of buttons that I get all the time, they had them in red this time. So it was marked down from $7.99 to $1.99. I was like, ooh, I might be able to use the red ones in Christmas or Valentine's Day, Apple Journal, anything like that. I got some charms. Again, these were clearance priced. So I got a B. I think I got more than one B, actually. If we can find them in here. I got these. I'm not sure what I'll do with them. My thought was actually to try and clip this little thing off and glue them down on something. I just thought they were really neat. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see what I end up doing with them. I got daubers. I got little daubers. And I got pads. And I got these pads. These were not on sale, but they're supplies that I needed, so yeah. I was in there, so I bought them because I needed them. Okay. Oh, there's the other B. So we did get another B. Here, I love this. It's a little steampunk hat. I don't know if you can see it. It's got little gears and things all over it and the little goggles on the front. Yeah, again, marked down. This particular thing, brand Explorer by Traditions in Hobby Lobby, they have a lot of little steampunk things in their stuff. I got this key. I thought that was really cool. I got these on sale. These are buttons. So yeah, I got those on sale. I might have gotten more than one of those. I don't know. Trying to... Here, let me just pull all these out of here and just sort through them. That's a hole punch. I just got a little one. Okay. I got this key. It's an owl. He was on sale, 99 cents. Oh, I did get another steampunk hat. Ooh, I got 3 of them. Yeah, I did get more of the buttons. A lot more of the buttons, apparently. Those were over there on the, okay, so, you know how Hobby Lobby has the clearance wall in the back? These were hanging on that clearance wall. And then these were on that end cap. If you go to the end of their bead rows, this was also in the clearance aisle. I thought those were gorgeous. Anyway, if you go to the end of the bead rows, a lot of times there'll be racks with stuff hanging that they're trying to get rid of. So it's marked for clearance. All right, let's see. What else did I do? Oh, I got this. This was actually marked down. It's an envelope board, but it's a little one. And the reason I got it is because it comes with this little guy. Right? And I love the shape of the notch this punches. So like when I'm punching notches in pockets, let me see if I can find something close by I can punch it with. Some of you may know what I'm talking about. So if we put this here, it punches that shape notch, which I really like that for the top of a pocket instead of just the regular round notch. So yeah, when I saw this board on sale, I knew that this came with it. So I unpackaged it because I tested it. So I got that. And then let me see what else. Oh, they had a ton of stuff hanging in the paper studio aisle that was on sale. So I have these frames, 99 cents a piece, 49 cents. Can you see them? It's lemons. How many did I get of lemons? Oh, I might have only gotten one of each. I got bees. I got sunflowers. The bees were 74 cents. This was 62 cents, daisies. And this was 62 cents, butterflies. I'm like excited. I don't usually get the patterny stuff. This also was on clearance for $1.87. A whole sheet of the rain. They're not silver, they're rainbowy. I don't know if they're like prismatic. I don't know how to, it's not showing up on my camera, at least not on my computer that I can tell. But maybe you can see. They're not just the plain white. They've got a prismatic kind of shimmer to them. Okay, so I got all of that over in the sticker aisle. Might have gotten more in the sticker aisle buried in this bag somewhere. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I did. I'm throwing things. Okay, so I got some dots. All of these dots were on sale. These ones were only 62 cents. These are those, like the smooth raised acrylic dots that look like bubbles. These ones are really tall. These ones are really raised. These ones are flatter. So these are gold and silver glitter. They were 87 cents. And then this one's multicolored glitter. They're 87 cents. And then these are rainbow glitter, but individual, right? So also 87 cents. I don't know why I'm standing there letting you stare at those. And then I wonder, let me see, hold on. Okay, now jewelry shop was 50% off. So I got some gears because I love them. And I'm going to put them on pages and things or hang them off of tassels or, you know, whatever. And then this Explorer by Traditions was also on sale when I went in, one of them. And what I love about the charms and stuff, like the Paper Studio stuff goes on sale for 40% off. When this stuff goes on sale, it goes on for 50% off. So I love that. So I got those. And I found there wasn't a lot of Tim Holtz left at mine, but what was there, I got. Now, they only mark his stuff down, like they put it on clearance, but that's only 50%. So I don't think it didn't get the 80% off price point. And then I got 2 more big colors. I don't think I have either of these, although they're both in there. So now I have a big version and a little version. And again, 50% off, not 80. So clearance on Tim Holtz is different than clearance on everything else. And here we have one of his ticket books. I've been thinking back and forth about whether or not I wanted to get this, but I was like, well, it's on sale. I'll go ahead and, you know. Although I was just looking, it looked like something was missing from one of these. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the way they flip because they're so... But anyway, yeah, I like the little ticket book. So I got that. Also, he had some distressed crayons. These are the metallics. I've never used them, so I thought since they were on sale, I'd give them a shot. And then I also have never used embossing powder. This was also on sale. I got clear, I got black, and I got this, I think they call it Princess Gold. I don't know what's covered up by that, but I say Princess here, so it looks like an antique gold to me. So we'll see. I have never used embossing powder, but I do have a heat tool, and I also got an embossing ink pad. This was not on sale, I don't think, but it was only $2.50. So since I got the powders, I wanted to get the pad. I did go into one of our little antique shops. These are patterns from 1776, and I want to say this bag was $2, and it has, look at that. I love that. This one is, oh, actually I don't know what that is. Oh, these are catalogs. How funny is that? With shortcut tips for sewing. I don't know. They have a thing here talking about sewing the eyelet trim on the bottom of your ruffle, and yeah, so it's got their tips. I'm assuming these are also from 1976, especially based on some of the clothes. And then there was this one with the aprons. Now, it has photographs, but then it also had her standing off to the side. So, yeah. And then these two. I a lot of times will buy patterns, the older patterns, because I like the drawings on the front. I won't buy sewing patterns with photographs on them because I won't use them the same way. And I get tons of sewing tissue out of the ones that I do like. So I don't see any point in buying the ones that I don't like the covers of. Okay, where to next? Let's see. Oh, well, still at Hobby Lobby. I got some more of these. They're relatively inexpensive, so, and these are the 9x12 ones. So, I'll tell you guys, I love these things. If I get a bookshelf where I can like slide these in and have them with stuff in them, it's all over. I'm going to be set. Over the weekend, like I said, we were away and I went to a different Hobby Lobby. I found these, again, marked clearance. So they had a few things remaining from their big clearance sale. I will say this, Hobby Lobby's washi tape definitely needs help with sticking. It doesn't have high tack. All right, now, I have been eyeing these forever, and they were on sale 50% off. So I finally just gave in. I want to use them for, centerpieces on bows and things. I mean, look at them. These were all 50% off. Love them. Are they not gorgeous? Okay, what else? All right, now, I went to the fair. I told you there was stuff at the fair, right? My lady had me some doilies. This one, you know me and the colors, guys. So this has flowers on the outsides, and then the inside is, like this. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like that. Okay, so I got that one. And then I got this one. I thought it was so cute. This one I cannot, it's got a little bit of a stain here, so I'll have to, when I clean it, I'll have to see if that comes out, or maybe I'll tea dye that particular loop. These ones are not connected by a separate loop. They're connected by the loop at the top of this little peak on both sides. So there's not an extra loop in there to cut. So I can't cut this one apart till I'm ready to use it, or I'm afraid it will fall apart. Okay, and then we got this one, which, you know me and the flowers, guys. Love them. These little yellow flowers with the pink centers, and then they have little leaves sticking off of them. And that center can be used on its own. So, yeah, like that one a lot. I got this runner. I liked the edge lace, and then I also like the embroidery, because I saw where somebody had cut out embroidered flowers like this and glued them on things, and I thought that was a great idea. So I bought this because it has several little flowers down the edges and then that grouping on the end. So yeah, I thought that was nice. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's not like I'm going to be able to keep from covering all this up. Okay. Trim. I got this trim. This was also at the fair. So it looks like that. Really cute, right? Love it. And then there was another trim. Hold on. That's a scrap piece, extra piece. There was another one. Here it is. This one. Love this with the circles. You know me and polka dots, guys. Looks like my polka dots. Can you see it better folded up? Yeah, you can actually. Okay. So I got that. And then I finally got my hands on a ton of yo-yos. And they're old. So I've got a lot of these dark plaid ones. Right? I mean, is that not great? I love it. I've been wanting some. And of course, I'm going to cut these apart and use the little yo-yos and stick little things in the middle, like these and stuff like that, and make them really pretty. But my favorite from the fair was she had a yo-yo quilt. Look, it's all light colors, and I'm not going to put this on here, but I just wanted you guys to see it. It's huge. It's got all kinds of different, and it's old, but it's got all kinds of different pattern materials on it. and I love it. I mean, there's stripes, there's flowers, there's, I don't know. There's whatever that is. Here's little boys and they're bunnies, and there's leaves, there's polka dots, here's a gingham plaid kind of a thing. I mean, it's just tons of them. I was so excited. It feels like a lot of them are made out of like a material that you would use for bed sheets. So yeah, I'm not sure, but that's okay with me. I'm okay with it. I think they're great. I'm not going to leave this up here, but I wanted you guys to see it because it was my favorite purchase of August. Of all the things I bought. There's only one other thing that runs a second, and I will show it to you shortly. And it comes from this lady from this yard sale I'm about to show you stuff from. She was clearing her craft room. So I got, this is a block stamp. Looks like peeled paint. And then I got this block stamp with all these tickets and labels in it. And then I got this block stamp, which I thought was a really cool kind of wallpaper-ish, Victorian wallpaper-ish background. So, yeah. I'm trying to remember how much she sold them to me for, because the individual stamps, sets of stamps she was selling for $5. But individual stamps, I think she sold them to me for $1, even the big ones. So, can't complain about that. And then I got these border stamps. Look at that. With the bat. Isn't he cool? I can't wait to use him for something in Halloween. Just get him up there. And then I got this one. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know what it looks like. Let's punch something. I got that sheet that I punched that other thing with. Let's punch something. Okay. Yeah, so it edges your paper for you. I like that a lot. And then this one, you see it? Oh, I'm not over anything. There you go. You see it over that? Okay, anyway. And look, it even gives you a little bat if you want to hold on to them. That's really cute. Okay. Now, what else? Oh, gosh, guys. Oh, a community thrift trip. I found this book. It was on 50% off day, so I got this for $1. I know this looks boring, right? This is the preamble of the Bill of Rights, and then the articles of the Bill of Rights. But I liked the art. That looks like it came off of an old postcard. With the dots, the way the art is done. I liked the art pages. And for $1, I felt like the pictures, I could do stuff with these picture pages and I would be happy with that. Love that. Look, there's even like stamps and things for me to mess with. So there's quotes. What are those quotes? Let me see. Oops, I lost it. Here. Nope. That was about women. That's America the Beautiful. Lobster rolls. Oh, there's recipes. I might have to check those out. So anyway, love that picture. It's just really cool. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. I'm assuming not the whole story. Steamboat. So yeah, just Gettysburg Address, apple pie, Paul Revere's Ride, George Washington. So I liked the pictures. I was excited to get it. And then, of course, you get a book jacket, and the cover is... So yeah, I got that book. Ooh. And I got this pad only because, again, it was on sale. It was 50% off day, so it was $1.50. But it's, you know me, guys, I'm always looking for different paper. This is for scoring basketball games. So I was like, I could fold this into a book. Doesn't even have to be about basketball. It's just kind of cool paper. And it's spiral bound, so I would just cut it out of here and fold it into a book. I buried my rulers. I would measure it and tell you how big it was, but I buried my rulers. And I don't think it says. But yeah, it's not like aged or anything, so I might dye it or I might just fold it in as is. But I thought that was kind of a different find for paper. Don't have anything like that. I always like different paper finds. And I know you guys have heard me talk about it before. I want to make a Minecraft journal. And this I thought was cool. Oh, I didn't find that one. But it's all these pages with like the things from the journal. I mean, from the game. And it's lined paper, grid paper. Paper like the picture paper like this with the little... I just thought this would be neat paper additions to a Minecraft journal. There's all kinds of it. So that was basically why I got this. And it was... Oh, I think I went ahead and paid $2.99 for it because of the specialty journal. I don't have a lot of Minecraft stuff, and I wanted to make sure I had some stuff to use. The yellow tags were the ones that weren't 50% off because they were new stuff. I kept picking up. You should have seen how many things I picked up that had yellow tags on them that I didn't buy because I was like, why is it everything I'm picking up is yellow tagged? Okay, what's next? So the lady I was telling you that was selling stamps and all of her craft stuff, I couldn't help it. I saw so many really cool things. So this set was $5. It's a Stampin' Up set, it looks like, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much Stampin' Up sets go for originally. I thought that was a good deal for 4 stamps. Some of you guys who maybe do this more than me could let me know. I liked this little set of words: explore, discover, get away, just the word and, escape, refresh, and they've got like a fancy letter in them. So I thought that one was really neat. I don't know if all this is going to fit. And then she had, look at the way she was doing some of her loose stamps. So, checks, and she had them in a CD case, which I thought was really cool. And then this one for, it's called Catholic. So it's Catholic, Bible and a rosary, Catholic icon. And then this one's Cathedral. Here's crosses. No, everything I got wasn't religious, but I did see some religious ones that I really liked, so I went ahead and grabbed them. Okay, and then this one's crowns, and so is that one. Oh, this one's got keys and fleur-de-lis and stuff like that in it. And these are clear stamps, and those are those. I don't think I have any like this, so it'll be interesting to use them. But yeah, so she had those. She had some other stuff that I'm going to bring you at the very end of all. Oh, this, because I bought so much stuff from her, she threw these in for free because I told her I liked them. But they're handkerchiefs with scenes from London. So they have, here, I'll take this open and pull the acetate back. It's tearing anyway. But look, so it's St. Paul's Cathedral, the Tower Bridge, Trafalgar Square, Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, and Westminster Abbey on handkerchiefs. Are they not cool? Love them. So yeah, she threw those in because I bought a lot of stuff from her, guys. Like I said, not all of this is going to fit. All right. And I was out to lunch and I wandered into my thrift store that's out of town that I don't hardly ever go to just to see what they had. And they had a few things. I've seen a couple of different versions of taking a calendar and turning it into a journal. Not using the individual pages in journals, but taking a calendar and turning it into a journal. So I want to try it. So I got these, they had them, they were 79 cents. I thought this one would do really well, so I got 2 of them. And then I got this one. The pages are kind of directional, so it's going to depend, and I have to see how it goes with the 2 different versions of turning these into calendar. I have to see how it goes. These are going to go not in the picture. Something else I got while I was there was this pack of doilies. I've been looking for some cool doilies that aren't just the same old thing that you can buy at Walmart. And this is a bunch of different sizes. There's 2 different rectangles in here and 3 different circles, and they all have different border patterns. So that's, I was excited about that. Even the 2 rectangles have different border patterns. The little ones, these 3 are different. So I was really excited to find a set of doilies that wasn't all the same. And I have a doily box around here somewhere, but heck if I know where it is. Okay. Other bag from the thrift shop. I got another bag of trims because I love them. I can't help it. And I got this. This was only 79 cents. And I got it. It holds a book, right? So I thought maybe I could put a signature in here or a lap book style thing and then make a journal to stick in there and then fold it up and it could be yeah. So that's the reason I bought this. We'll see if that comes to fruition. Maybe one of our projects. Also, I found a seashell stencil. It's a rotate the thing and do the stencil. So I guess it helps because it masks the other stencils on the page, which I thought was kind of cool. I don't know how much longer the cardboard will hold up, but it's pretty thick. But I thought that was a neat idea, right? So you just rotate it when you want to do this stencil, and it keeps the other ones from getting ink or messing up your paper, right? Neat idea. Okay, and then I found some books. Now, they do their books. Children's books are 35 cents. I'm pretty sure all of these were children's books, but I'm not sure how she did it. So we'll have to see. I know the first 2 are children's books. Okay. I have a hardback copy of this book, and I didn't know what it was when I bought it, but when I read it, I thought it was so cool. So when I saw this little paperback version and it was only 35 cents, I said, yeah. So I bought it. And I don't know if any of you ever see Cinderella on the Stairs, I Spy the 3 Bears. So you see Cinderella and then you're supposed to find the 3 bears in the picture and they're outside the window. So, and the whole book is like that. It's like an I Spy book. Take a look and play I Spy. I love this book. I think it's so cute. Each peach, pear, plum, I spy Tom Thumb. So in the first book, you're looking for him and he's up in the tree. And then the next one continues with him. Tom Thumb in the cupboard, I spy Mother Hubbard. And she's over here bent over getting something out of the oven, I would guess. But anyway, I now have a hardback copy and a soft copy of this. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do with them. I really want to make a journal out of them. So I might see if I can do that and see how it goes. And then I would end up making 2, maybe. I don't know. I have to see. But that's why I bought that, 35 cents. I'm pretty sure this is considered a children's book, also 35 cents. Remember the Everything I Needed to Know I learned in a Little Golden Book? Everything I Need to Know About Christmas I learned in a Little Golden Book. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was just another one of the regular ones. But look, she still got the pokey little puppy with her. I couldn't not. I mean, it was just, I had to add it to my collection. These will probably go on a shelf in my craft room if I ever get an actual craft room. Okay. Now, even if they charge me, this was with the kids' books, but it's a wedding journal. So, not sure if she charged me. I'd have to look at it. Oh, it's marked 79 cents. So she may have charged me 79 cents for it. I don't know if any of the other ones were actually individually marked. No, they weren't. So she just charged me 35 cents for those. This was 79 cents then. And it's a little wedding journal. And I bought it specifically for 79 cents. I bought it for the illustrations. I'm going to go through here and cut out all the illustrations. I don't know what I'll do with the rest of the paper, but look at those. Are they not? I mean, it's Mary Englebright. What's not to like? What's not to love? I mean, I love her stuff. Her drawings are always so cute. And even these little guys in the corner. Flowers are lovely. Love is flower-like. Friendship is a sheltering tree. So, yeah, I love all the little corner pictures that I can cut out. And then here's some that are a little bit bigger. And then you've got full page ones. And even if that's all I take out of this, 79 cents. And I mean, these are already strips. I can just cut those out and use them as tucks. Depending on the book. I mean, they'll go really cute in some little golden books and stuff. So I'm happy with it just as it is. And then I can use the cover. So I was thrilled. That's all I got from that thrift shop. Okay, my exciting purchase. Do we have time? I mean, I can bring it up here, but it's not going to make the picture. So it's this. Does anybody recognize this? It's a Sizzix machine. It's the Tim Holtz Vagabond Sizzix. She had this for sale at her yard sale. She had like 3 Sizzix machines for sale. That's the power button. This plugs in. Maybe some of you guys know how to use this. I'm probably going to have to read up on it a little bit. But she did give me... Wait, I lost it. It's around here somewhere. Oh. This, which I'm assuming is the platform that goes through there. And then she gave me these. I don't own a Sizzix, never have. This is going to be a learning curve. And then I got a couple of little embossing things. So that one's like zigzag stitches. This one's like X's. And this one's like a regular straight stitch. And then this one's like a little eyelet kind of a border. And then this one's polka dots. So I always assumed that you stuck stuff between here and here and then ran it through the machine with whatever. So, but this one plugs in, guys. So it runs it through the machine. I don't know. It's got a reverse and it's got a back and forth button. And then it's got a power button. I think that's all the buttons. So I'm going to have to learn. Because I also got dies. I got that one from her. Oh, you can't see that, can you? I got that one from her. I got that one from her. I got that one from her. I got these 2 border dies from her. Wait, I'm not done. And then I got these long ones. So I got a brick wall one. And I got this one that does banners, I guess. Tattered banners, it says. Now, this is the one I really don't know how it works. I mean, I'm not sure how foam cuts things. But apparently you run this through the machine and it cuts out stuff. So, yeah, if anybody wants to give me a heads up before I go researching this, because it's not going to be immediately, and let me know how to do it. Or maybe I'll figure it out on my own and do a video. but this was what I got. And I got some, I love the dies that I picked out. They're very steampunk. And I'm excited to learn. So that's it. That's my haul. This one isn't as big. I'm not having to divide it into 2 pieces. Thank goodness. Lord only knows if I had to divide it into 2 pieces, I probably wouldn't have room for the stuff. So yeah, I'm going to have to learn how to use a Sizzix, guys. An electric Sizzix at that. I'm just hoping that it has all its pieces and I'm not missing things. But I got these and I'm excited about that. She had quite a few, I mean, all of those dies are Tim Holtz and these 3 are Tim Holtz. And then these are Cuddlebug. So I guess as long as it's an embossing folder, you can stick it through there. The biggest reason I wanted a Sizzix is because I have a Cricut. Now, you can't cut the same things on a Cricut that you can cut on a Sizzix. But also, you can't emboss with a Cricut. At least not the Cricut I have. Now, I don't know. Maybe the new Cricut has an embossing something. But I have been wanting to emboss paper to put in journals and stuff. So I'm kind of excited about the embossing part of it. Now, granted, I don't have a lot of embossing stuff, but I'm going to fix that. And as soon as I learn how to use it, I will probably get some. And I'm excited. So this was it for August, guys. Here it is. Now I have to figure out what to do with all of it. So I'll see you guys. Next week should be a regular making with my mess, and I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.